What's up, everybody? This is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about investing and breaking news, everything under the moon in the crypto universe. Hope everybody had a wonderful holiday weekend celebrating July 4th. We are back into the new week, and here I am bringing this information regarding Ecomi and how this could be the next new NFT blow up to happen in the space. So let's talk about it. With VEVE and Ecomi, how they are intertwined is that VEVE is now a new app that you can download on your phone. And basically, it's like an augmented reality or AR for the NFT marketplace. And the reason why I want to bring this up to you is because I personally have an app utilizing this software, and it's actually quite interesting as a user point of view. And we'll get into that in a moment, but why I think you guys should be really interested in something like the VEVE app and OMI is because, well, they have amazing licensing deals that are happening, and they're acquiring the best brand names and the best partnerships with movies to comic books to figurines. It's kind of the next new thing, and I think this is something that is going to blow up pretty soon. And if we look here, the way that the app works for users like you or I is that you acquire these by putting your US dollars and converting them to gems. And so gems are like $1. So one gem equals $1. And you would basically buy, $10 worth of gems, and you can use that to purchase, any of these NFTs or augmented reality NFTs on the app. And this is something that took me a while to kind of get used to, but it for some reason just became easier and easier as we went through. For me, I have a huge problem acquiring NFTs on platforms like OpenSea or Rarible because you have to be really tech savvy to understand how to buy things, especially using Ethereum. And most of those things that you buy off of those other platforms, you have to have Ethereum to make those purchases. But here, you're basically just converting your dollars into gems, and I think that's just maybe a little bit easier for the normal consumer to operate and to capitalize on this app. So right now, the current price for Ecomi, and the ticker symbol is OMI, is like not even a penny's worth. And it just recently launched, let's see here, back in February 16th. And as you can tell, this is when it was rising up to the point where it was reaching new all-time highs. And I actually ended up buying kind of around here, but I didn't put too much. It was probably like $30 or whatever. And then, obviously shortly after, it was dipping, but it wasn't even dipping because of the recent Bitcoin crash in May. It was just dipping for some awkward reason, and it went as low as almost down to 0.001 cents. But as you can tell, right here, there was a certain announcement that happened. It had a little bit of a spike. It kind of stopped its downward trend, and it happened at this point on June 24th. Why is that? Well, maybe it's because of this. Marvel has announced that they're going to start their first NFT using the VEVE app. And we don't know what this is going to look like, but it's basically, the way I picture it, it's kind of similar to their DC comic release, where they take characters like Batman, Superman, but for this one, it could be Iron Man, Captain America, Black Panther, so forth, so on. And they'll just basically work out a licensing rights deal where they offer VEVE app users to have their first NFT collectibles. And so I'll kind of read this article right here where it says, Marvel has confirmed that it is partnering with VEVE to provide fans with an NFT digital collectibles collection. NFTs have risen in popularity over the last several months. Numerous internet properties have been put up for sale, and one of the biggest comic companies is about to provide potential buyers with more. Now, what's great about the Ecomi app is, the VEVE app, run by the Ecomi company, which is based in Singapore, is that these are collectibles. They're non-fungible tokens. So when you buy one of these, you own it. And personally, for me, I really enjoyed it because I've acquired certain NFTs that were in the DC comic world, and where I bought, say, for instance, a Batman piece for $80, I sold it for $200. And so I basically double my price, and people are buying these collectibles like within the platform, and it's absolutely profitable. And it just goes to show that it's actually working. And further down it says is officially entering the NFT marketplace alongside VEVE, run by Orbis Blockchain Technologies Limited. This partnership will provide fans with the opportunity to buy digital collectibles, 3D statues, and digital comic books. Ooh, that'd be nice. Specific products have not yet been revealed through the announcement promises. Further details will be coming in a few weeks. Now, this was released on June 24th, so, you know, the few weeks is kind of coming close at some point, but maybe that's another reason why the price is actually starting to rise up a little bit more. And when it was down by 0.001, it's now up 0.004. Something's going on, and I think it's time that we discuss, is this something that you should get invested in? What other avenues could be leading to this price other than Marvel? Well, this guy, Alfred, has really been an amazing head of licensing leader in this space. He's the head of licensing for Ecomi, and he's been able to deal with getting these top brands to include their licensing deals for these NFTs. So say, for instance, what he's been able to do with Ecomi is, you know, Get Back to the Future. What else is there? DC Comics is another one. I mean, just to get these type of licensing deals, they're the only ones that are doing this, and they're leading in that area. You know, getting top major brands to be participating in this one app is huge, especially how diversified that they are. And this guy has been around since, let's see here, it's on his LinkedIn. Yeah, he's been here since July 2018, so he's here to stay. And without him, you know, I don't know what could go on, and, you know, they definitely need him. He's definitely the key to this. But what I think is really important is that even though Marvel is coming soon, there's also the fact that he has a partnership and a relationship with the people in Pokemon, right? As you can see here in both of these slides. Now, as you know, Pokemon Go, if you don't remember Pokemon Go, it was basically an app where people would download the Pokemon Go app, and they would go around their town hunting down augmented reality / AR Pokemons around their city. And so basically people would go around in huge groups, or maybe even by themselves, and just start chasing these augmented realities of these Pokemons, and they would just catch them, hence Pokemon Go. But there is some speculation that this Pokemon Go is going to be part of, you know, the VEVE app. And it makes sense because, you know, this is augmented reality too. You can take your phone and place it anywhere in your surrounding area. If it's your living room, in a house, in a park, this app will scan the location, its layout, and then put your NFT in that setting. And it can tell how to position your NFT in that space, and you can use that picture to share in the feed group, which is basically where the community shares their photos of their collectibles, and people could like it, they could share it, they could potentially get someone interested in buying it. But what I think is also really cool is that here's something called the marketplace, where you can auction or sell your NFT for a specific price, and people have been selling their collectibles they bought it maybe $10 to $80, and they could sell it for even up to $3,000. I've sold one NFT, bought for 80, sold it for 200. I bought another recently. There was a Back to the Future release, and it was a Back to the Future release, and they were releasing all of the hoverboards, and I bought one of their hoverboards for $10 and sold it for 85. And so, this is just within the app. This isn't the OMI token. This is just everything within the app that I think is really cool, because I want to express to you as the user how fun it is for me to use it and how difficult it is for me to work on OpenSea or Rarible. There's just, or Top Shop. It's just, or Top Shot, which is the NBA NFT. It's hard for me to comprehend how I can use these platforms and if they interest me. I think it's really important to know in this next slide, how you're able to take your how to take your OMI and kind of use it to, make profit off of it. And I was trying to figure out how I can take my OMI and use it within the app or utilize it to spend things to buy NFTs. And when I reached out to the VEVE team, I think it was like a couple months ago, I basically asked them, can I use these OMIs to buy something or withdraw the OMIs so I can cash out? And they responded, "Hi Vincent, the ability to convert gems to fiat currencies or OMI is currently in development, and the team expects this to be available in Q2 2021. And I basically wanted to follow up on that because we're already in Q2 and we're about to end Q2. And their answer to figuring that out was using this thing called the secure wallet. So basically, if you have OMI tokens, you can transfer your OMI tokens to this device, and then you can use that to transfer over to your app, which would then look like this, right? This is just a screenshot of somebody else's wallet. But this is one of the things that I think is kind of the con, and I think it's really important to mention is that, there's a gem balance and then there's the OMI balance. And so they still haven't figured out how to withdraw the money that you make within the app. So if you buy an NFT and you sell something, you make profit off of it, and you have, like, say, for instance, $1,000 in here. Well, there's no way to withdraw that amount into your bank account, and I think that's one of the cons. And down here, there's the OMI balance, which is basically, taking your OMIs that you buy on an exchange, and you can transfer it over here to buy more NFTs. But the thing is, they feel like two separate ways, two separate entities to put your money in and hopefully take your money out. And right now, Gem Balance is not offering the taking the money out part, aka withdrawing, but OMI is kind of offering that ability where you can send your OMI and you can withdraw it. The problem is, it's like, we can't, really enjoy this if they're just two separate entities. So they really have to figure that out. And I actually personally don't think that this is the best way to go. I think this was actually a more inconvenient way to go, unless they're able to take an easier way to convert this amount and maybe transfer it over to OMI. That would be more desirable. So this is just kind of everything in a nutshell. I just want to briefly overlay like what the VEVE app is, how Ecomi is related to VEVE, and what the OMI token is about. But the reason I want you guys to look into investing in this is because there are other NFT platforms out there as well that have reached a specific range, a specific dollar amount that I think would be very profitable for you guys. And right now, Ecomi is at 0.004, but look at the other competitors. Like, another NFT platform is Engine, which is dealing with gaming, right? Engine Coin helps pay for, a lot of the gaming supply, and right now they're at $1.17. And they used to be at an all-time high price of, let's see here while it's loading. It was almost at $3, actually $3.22. And back then, it used to be even just kind of the same amount as, the OMI token, which was just less than a penny, right? So if you think about it, it just took time, but this has been around since January 2018, right? And eventually it skyrocketed up to that point, and then it took a dip down. OMI is kind of the same way, where, it just released at the beginning of this year, right? It's very young in its start, and it went up to a really high price of about, 0.013, and then it took a dip down. What's another competitor? Well, guess what? There's also Decentraland. Also started at the beginning over here at around 0.01. It went, and then it skyrocketed, right? Why do I bring up Decentraland and Engine Coin? Why specifically these things? It's because you start to realize, like, with Engine and Decentraland, they both eventually reached $1, right? So why can't OMI do that? Why can't OMI reach that $1? When this app builds with Marvel and soon hopefully Pokemon, you can see this start to the accumulation start to build, and so this money, this max supply will reduce. And so the whole $1 goal is not out of the question, and I think that is something definitely Ecomi can definitely reach. So the next thing I want to inform you is, where can you actually buy these OMI tokens? Well, guess what? You can buy them on an exchange on Bitforex. And Bitforex is an exchange that, is the only place that I can find to trade OMI tokens. And that's a kind of a good sign. So the only way to buy OMI is by purchasing USDT, which is US dollar tether. And you can either buy it on this website here, but I would probably avoid doing that because, the company that you're buying the crypto from would probably take around like maybe even 15% of that trade. And so you don't want to do that. So what I would suggest is, going to Coinbase and or Binance or any other exchange and buying USDT there, and then transferring that over to this app using the wallet address. And again, if you guys don't know how to do that, just leave a comment down below, and I'll help. I'll make a video separately from this and kind of tell you how to buy USDT on a different platform. Send it over here so you can use that USDT to buy the OMI token. Because it's only listed on that platform, it's not listed on Coinbase. It's not listed on Binance. It's not listed on FTX. It's only on this one and another platform. Bitforex is what I recommend. And so just imagine when it does get listed on these other exchanges, that price of ECOMI, of the OMI token, is only going to go up. And the fact that you can only get it here is a good sign, because that means you have early ins to acquiring this at a very, very cheap price. This is 0.004. So just think about that. We want to reach $1, and that's where I think realistically we can go. So let's dial down what you can get when it reaches $1. So let's talk about how much you would invest, how many shares you would get, and possibly what profit you would get once it reaches $1. So I've created a little bit of a breakdown here where ECOMI at the price 0.004, if you invested now at the current price, you would receive for $25 of your investment into this Bitforex platform, you would get 6,250 shares. $50 would get you 12,500 shares. $100, this many shares, $200, 50,000 shares. So you kind of get the point. So that's how many shares you would get for that amount of money that you would invest in. So what happens when it reaches $1? Well, guess what? Your $25 that you spent for your $6,225, or I'm sorry, 6,250 shares. Well, obviously you would get that in return. That's pretty good considering that, you only spent 25, you're getting that amount back. And the same goes for all the rest, right? The more money you invest, the more return you get back. And, don't forget, this is just not financial advice. This is just my financial opinion, right? Financial entertainment. I'm only providing this information for you because this is speculative. And you don't know if it's going to go down to zero because, technically it's almost at zero right now. So you got to be putting in money that you're willing to risk. Don't put your whole savings into this. Don't put your rent into this. Don't put the money that you spend on food into this. Spend what you feel is comfortable risking something, because even if you only put $25 and you get 6,250 back, that's not bad. I would take that deal. I think that's totally worth the investment, because I spend $25 just paying for dinner. Well, it's not even that much. Like $25 doesn't even get me dinner. It's like basically gas money. And so just think about that. That's a huge reward for that perspective. And if you're really bold and you really want to, you have tons of money to spend and you feel like, I have enough to just, get me to the moon. Well, guess what? Well, if you want to hit that millionaire goal, which is extremely high risk, by the way, please do your own research. And I really want you to know this because, 4,000 is a lot of money for something that's speculative. You would get 1 million shares, right? And that 1 million shares obviously equal $1 million. So that's your millionaire goal. So if you really, really feel like this is something that you believe in and, you feel like this has potential, adopting Marvel to adapting, Pokemon, is this worth it for you? And, I wanted to share this with you guys because this is an NFT hidden gem. I'm personally invested in this. If I burn, we all burn. This is something that I don't invest in things and I don't provide, financial, opinions on things that I'm not invested in unless I think that it's worth the risk. And again, it is high risk, but this is something that I believe is very fun. I personally had a great experience with this. So I hope that this little quick tutorial has been helpful. If you guys have any questions, if you want to basically, learn more about the app, or if you want to learn about buying the token on Bitforex, please let me know. Leave a comment down below. Now, be sure to do as much research as you can on NFT platforms because there are many out there. This one, Ecomi, is, I think, in the ranking of 215. So, it's out of the 200 range. Usually I only invest in things within the 100 range, the top 100 cryptocurrencies on the coin market cap. But this is something I think has potential, right? And so, yeah, I hope this has been helpful, guys. Be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys next time.